Joel, I'd like to start off by saying a big warm welcome from GB Taekwondo. How are you feeling?
Well, thank you for the welcome, and yeah, it's just a dream come true. I couldn't feel happier, to be honest. Every day I wake up and I get to think, oh wow, I get to go to GB today, and yeah, I just could not be happier.
You've had a week or so now with everyone in the programme, so has it really sunk in yet?
Still quite hasn't sunk in. Everyone keeps telling me that it will one day, but I can't see it happening anytime soon. Every day I keep getting here and I keep having to pinch myself when I open every door and think, oh my god, I'm not back in my local leisure centre, I'm at GB Taekwondo, so that's crazy.
Obviously you're a Cardiff boy. What are you looking forward to most about living in Manchester?
Well, every day I find something a bit more exciting about Manchester. Like, I haven't quite explored it all yet. Every time I think I've seen the end of it, it gets bigger and bigger. So it's just a different world to Cardiff, a lot bigger, a lot busier, and I haven't really come up against anyone who's unpleasant yet. Everyone's so friendly and welcoming and helpful.
What are your earliest memories of combat sports?
So my earliest memories are actually just driving around the South Wales valleys to competition after competition. The earliest memories were winning pretty much everything down there. So loved taking all my trophies into school. I think every week I'd be stood in assembly with a gold medal around my neck and on before the kids doing the football and rugby and the regular sports. So my early memories were very happy.
Who's been the biggest influence in your sporting life so far?
The biggest sporting influence in my life is actually, well, everyone in Wales will tell you that their biggest influences are, Gareth Bale and Ryan Giggs, but something that's a bit more personal for me is Danny Gabardon, the ex-Cardiff City, West Ham, Crystal Palace and West Brom footballer. When I was a little bit younger, we got into a bit of a conversation. He told me about his journey and how he started from the bottom and made it as a footballer, and sort of passed on a few stories about how he did things, and that sort of inspired me. I told him that my biggest goal would be to one day go to the Olympics or make it into Team GB, and he asked me why I couldn't do it, why I shouldn't set my sights on that. So I think he's probably been one of the biggest influences in my sporting life.
Can you take us through the journey that you've taken to get to this point right here, right now?
So I've competed in 15 years of kickboxing, and all throughout my time competing in kickboxing, everyone's told me that I should really be looking at making a living out of this, but unfortunately in kickboxing the end goal isn't quite there. They're still tying things up in that sport. So I had the idea with the assistance of some of the other GB athletes that maybe I should think about transferring sports. From there, Leif Throwbro, the GB para, he brought me along to one of the WT classes down in Cardiff, and from there I sort of fell in love with the sport. Realised I had a bit of a knack for being a natural. Was told by a few coaches that I've got a future in the sport, so decided to chase this for the last 12 months. From coming over into the nationals, won the nationals, and during the Tigers initiative brought on by GB Taekwondo and the talent identification programme, I was picked up through there, filled in my application form and sent it off, and from there GB were in touch. The talent scout was happy to fill me in with all the information, came all the way down to Cardiff for consultation, which was great. I thought I was going to have to travel all the way to Manchester off a wing and a prayer, but I didn't. They came down, provided me with all the information, and got me up here for a trial. Just so happened my trial went quite well, and led to me being sat here.
How much are you looking forward to working with the other athletes on the programme?
So yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I'm just learning so much from people who were my idols and are now still my idols, but now I get to go to work every day with them. So not just about Taekwondo either, I'm learning a lot about nutrition and psych and physiotherapy and just general fitness and even life. For example, Cho's been giving me cooking lessons back at home. I know it's probably not the best of ideas for a heavyweight to be giving a 58, cooking nutritional advice. But yeah.
In terms of your personal targets, what have you got in mind for the next couple of years here at GB Taekwondo?
So initially my target is just to cement my position here and prove to everyone that I do deserve to be here, even though I've transferred from a different sport. I do deserve to be here, and I do deserve to be out there competing at G-rank competitions with the best in the world. So initially that's my first target, is to cement my position here, and then over the next forthcoming years just see how and what it's going to take for me to get to the top and start bringing in gold medals.
In 3 words, if you can, how would your closest friends describe you?
Well, I've been supporting England recently in the World Cup, so a lot of my friends aren't too happy with me back home. So if I had to put it in 3 words, they probably would say that I'm a bit of a joker. I like to laugh, and I'm always helping people out.
I've had a little bit of a look and a dive on your Instagram. Picked up a couple of common themes. One of which is cars. Is that a love of yours?
Yeah. So loved cars ever since I was a young boy. My uncle and brother were both mechanics, so they were always bringing different cars around, and me being nosy, I was trying to have a look at them. It also actually happens, my favourite film is Disney's Cars, so I think that's where the love might stem from, and it took me so long to pass my driving test that when I did get going, I just fell in love with them.
Another love seems to be tattoos. Would you mind taking us through some of the ones that you've got?
Right, yeah, so I don't actually have a t-shirt on where I've just finished training, so this is the best you're going to get. I started with some Banksy themes. If you know about Banksy, you know about Banksy, don't you? He's my favourite artist, and a lot of his work seems to appear across Britain. So I've got the day I was born, the time I was born, just in case I forget. A few Banksy pieces, utilise kindness, and the roses were just a gap filler. But I've just got the one arm done for now, but the goal is just to be covered.
So final question, who is the Joel outside of Taekwondo?
So I'd like to think that everyone would say that I'm a very laid back, happy guy. I'm a bit of a clown, a bit of a joker. I'm always remaining in good humour. I like to just laugh while I do things. And yeah, so I'm quite a simple guy, and I'm a bit of a secret geek. Everybody's
looking forward to seeing how you progress, and we wish you all the best at GB Taekwondo.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. Can't wait to see what the next 12 months bring.